Well, howdy folks. Shawn here from hikingwithshawn.com. Today, we're at Piney Creek Ravine Nature Preserve here in southern Illinois, around Ava, Illinois. Cool area. We'll go through like Amish country here, just a strip of land, little forest road they own to the ravine, and there's some petroglyphs here. It's pretty cool. There's waterfalls. We'll see if they're running. I don't know how much rain they've had. It's just a cool place. There were cameras out here at one time, at least, on the petroglyphs. People had some modern graffiti vandalism, unfortunately. But if you do visit here, try not to carve or vandalize anything, because it's a sacred place. So we've been here before. It's pretty cool. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, like I said, it's just kind of a Forest Service road that goes to the ravine. And it's in the middle out here in Amish country. So we've been here at all seasons. Our first me and Michelle's first date was out here when we first got together. We came here, and we've done some Black Friday hikes, New Year's hikes, stuff like that here. Been here quite a bit, all seasons really, and summer too. It's supposed to be like 91 degrees today, so be interesting. Might get a little bit of rain, could storm. Just have to play it safe in the ravine if it does storm, because it's a ravine. Water can flow fast. So, just gonna keep an eye on the weather. Alright folks, got 3 armadillo up here. Try to get a picture before they realize we're here. I'm not sure about that one. You guys are funny. State does a good job of mowing a little trail to this area, and now we're hitting the preserve. Might get a little rain too, but has some signage here. Tells you about poison ivy and stuff, and just a reminder that hey, closes at dusk, dangerous areas exist here, yada yada. And then you just take this trail here. That's the start. And we'll eventually get to the loop here soon. And you just go whatever way. We usually go clockwise. But there's a creek you gotta cross, and sometimes going counterclockwise can help you avoid that main creek, but you'll have to make it out and back if you don't want to cross it. So you'll pass this rock up, just tells about how it's been placed on the historical places. Piney Creek is the area with the most amount of rock art. So this one's been covered up, I'm glad, because people have made other trails through here, and it gets people confused. But you know, they've put a ribbon on here, try to keep people out. So just kind of follow the what looks like to be a actual well-used trail, like with this bridge, and it'll eventually get you to the loop. It is a nature preserve, so you definitely want to try to, you know, tread lightly and stay on trail. I mean, there's a few places you can go to look at waterfalls, you know, as long as you tread lightly, and there's usually a trail to it though, and all that. Yeah. All right, so you'll kind of go down this area with the wood planks, and you'll cross the first creek. Just be really careful, because it's slick, you know, it's rock. And even when it's not covered in water and it's dry, there's been so much rock and suet and mud on it that dust will make it slick. So, but this is definitely going to be slick because it's a little wet. That's kind of slick. Just baby step across it. That's my advice. All right, then you'll get to a point to where the trail splits. There's a log across the trail. Doesn't mean nothing, but you can either go this way to go counter, or this way to go clockwise. We usually go clockwise, and it'll take us down into the ravine where we got to cross a creek, and that'll get us to the rock art. Just to keep you informed, there are rattlesnakes in this area, so keep that in mind when you're walking out here in the summer months, so you don't step on one. So there is that. Definitely don't want to step on a rattlesnake. You can see where people carved stuff in, sadly. I do believe there is a petroglyph on this bluff somewhere. Just where, I don't know. They're at a few different places, but the main wall is the most famous kind of part where you're more likely to find them. So,
oh, there's old man in the woods.
Old man in the woods. Yep. So, to those watching who want to come out here, follow me. This is kind of a rugged place, moderately rugged. Definitely want to wear comfortable hiking shoes. Your clothing's up to you. Just dress for the season. I'm wearing shorts and a shirt. Wicking material. So, and I bring a little towel with me to kind of wipe my face, get the sweat off. Here's the creek we cross. As you can see, it's going to be really simple to cross it. But sometimes there's so much water that you're going to get wet if you cross it. So keep that in mind if you come out here, and we've had a lot of rain. Definitely bring plenty of water to drink. Maybe a little snack or something. It's only a couple miles, you know, 3.5 miles long, but it's kind of rugged, so got to keep that in mind. So when the area is wet and there's a lot of rain, a lot of water, you'll have like a waterfall cascade coming down here, filling up. The creek will be going good. And then right up here is some really cool bluffage that I'm sure natives took dwellings in. So, kind of reminds me of Indian Creek at Giant City. I'll walk over there a little bit, and then we'll come back to the trail. It's always a good picture. Rock slick, keep that in mind. There you go. It's pretty cool. You'll cross the creek, take the trail. You'll get to a little fork. We'll keep going this way, but first we're gonna turn right and go check out the rock art. So, there's some interpretive signage up here. Kind of tells you what you're looking at, what to look for. That way you can kind of see what's actual petroglyphs and what's not. Because there's a lot of not. A lot of modern stuff. And even modern in the sense of before the state got it. So here's a nice little reminder. It is illegal to dig. No collecting of artifacts. So keep that in mind. Something to keep in mind. When me and Michelle came out here on our first date, I remember we went up there and sat down. It's a nice little shelter. Good old resting spot. So, some trees are down. Here's the rock art wall. They do have live trail cameras out here. I forgot about that. They had some up here, but they were moved because I think people are trying to vandalize them. So they're hidden. And I'm not going to say where. But here's the signage. So kind of shows you what to look for. They kind of chiseled their rock art in. Petroglyphs. Petroglyphs are chiseled, and then pictographs are painted. But there's some modern stuff. Settlers in the 1870s, they put a square and compass for the Masonic thing at some time. You know, this was before they were trying to preserve things. So, yeah. And then there's a lot of carvings from people over the years who have came out and you know, carved the wall. So you can see some of the older stuff, how it's chiseled in, you know what I mean? You can see how they chiseled it. So you've seen the cross thing on the sign. That's what that is. So it's really cool. Lot of rock art, a lot more than what's listed on that sign. So that's the thing. It's pretty cool. And a lot of carvings from people in like 1904 there, which is still kind of neat. 1878. But you know, the Native American stuff is way more cooler. So you'll come here and you'll notice that there's like a big hole. That's where they did like an archaeological dig at some point. So that's why that's there. Almost looks like a sinkhole. Just come up and look at more of some of these carvings are pretty amazing that, you know, regular people did. Like that one. 1911, 1878, 1884. Then over here they put like it's almost like a snake. Makes me wonder about that. Maybe they thought it was a creek or something. It's Louis Beisner. It's definitely a older one. You can tell by the way they created their lettering. So, and there are cameras still here, I notice. So that's good. And there's really no excuse to put your own graffiti on here. There's plenty of stuff to show that we were here. We don't need to carve in a rock. So keep that in mind. We have made all sorts of stuff that generations ahead of us will see. A lot of it's embarrassing. But yeah. So you can see a lot of this is graffitied. You know, that's paint, that's spray paint. That's new, that's pretty new. Sad. Those people should be caught and come out here and, but you know what, then again, it would be tough to make them take it off because it might hurt something else under it. So I think the best punishment would be public caning like they do in Singapore, definitely that, and just banned from all public land all over the country, period, for life. You know, that's the way I see it. Public caning, and then banned. So, pretty cool. All right, folks, now we're on the other trail that we came to at the fork, where we went right for rock art, and now we're taking the main trail to do the loop. You'll see more signs of digging. From what I read, it was all part of the archaeological survey they did out here way back when. And you can read a book. There's books out there that kind of explain where some of this other rock art is. We have it, don't we?
Yeah, I do.
I just don't think
You've never really sat down and
never really sat down and read it, yeah. A lot of bluffage out here, though. A lot of bluffage worth checking out.
Of course, they don't want you to look for that other stuff.
Yeah, they probably don't want you to look for it, but it is what it is. Just if you find it, be gentle. But the bluffage is cool. It's all different colors and formations and stuff. It's really not a place you really want to get off trail in the summer anyways. Unless you want seed ticks and stuff like that all over you. Trying not to take too many spiders with me. This is the season of the spider webs. And right now it doesn't really bother me, but eventually it'll get so thick and it'll get closer and closer to becoming a little cooler and getting them away that I'll start to get sick of them. When they start getting in my mouth every 5 feet and and you see me with a stick on camera, then I'm starting to get, sick of them. Yeah. But for a while, I'll just take spider webs in the face. I mean, it's just something I got used to. Used to be freaked out by it, and
yep, the first
now,
time we hiked together,
now I do it so much, it's like,
yeah. Walk Snake Road.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. Now I do it so much, I'm just like, yeah. It is what it is. I should also note that there's 2 places in southern Illinois, supposedly, where the native shortleaf pine tree grows. Pine Hills, like around Snake Road area, and Piney Creek Ravine. So, I really couldn't show you. Can't remember what they look like. But there's native pines here in Pine Hills. I always heard the ones here are easier to see. The ones at Pine Hills, you kind of gotta look for them, go off trail, stuff like that. All right, now we're on top, which is nice because that's where the wind is. When you're in the ravine, there's no wind, so it's hot.
No breeze.
No breeze. All right, folks, so when this is filled with water, it's very pretty, but it's also very kind of hectic because there's all sorts of holes, drop-offs, and you really got to be careful, especially if there's water over the top of everything. And it's pretty deep over here if you were to fall in. So, and now there's all sorts of trees and stuff. Cool little natural shelter with the water. Then a cool creek. Lowest we've ever seen it. This is definitely the lowest we've seen this water.
Yeah, they haven't been getting the rain everybody else has got.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Another sure sign of old settlement. Big gnarly trees. You see them around, you know that something was over here at one time. Farm, homestead, something. All right, folks, here's the spot with the old fencing. So probably had cows and stuff up here, and they just wanted to keep them from going down the cliff, because it would be an instant kill. Or it'd hurt them at least. It'd put them out of their misery. So, yeah. Old fencing. All right, we completed the loop. Crossing that first creek. Got to go up. It's kind of rough going up. Alrighty, folks. Just made it out of the woods. We're not out of the woods yet. But now we're heading back to the truck. It's a couple-minute hike. All right, folks. That was Piney Creek. Hope you enjoyed the hike. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, see you on the trail.